answer your question.
No, you did not. You did not answer
did.
the question of why the president asked the White House press secretary to come out in front of the podium for the first time and utter a falsehood. Why did he do that? It undermines the credibility of the entire White House press office on day one.
Don't be so overly dramatic about it, Chuck. You're saying it's a falsehood, and they're giving Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts to that. But the point remains.
Wait a minute. Alternative facts? Alternative facts. 4 of the 5 facts he uttered. The one thing he got right was Zeke Miller. 4 of the 5 facts he uttered were just not true. Look, alternative facts are not facts. They're falsehoods.
What is the nature of truth? I'm telling you the truth. This story is based on a true story. Truth is stranger than fiction. I swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But what is truth? The infamous Donald Trump said publicly,
I said that I saw in parts of New Jersey, Jersey City, but parts of New Jersey, I saw people getting together and in fairly large numbers celebrating as the World Trade Center was coming down, killing thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people. People are still dying over what happened to the World Trade Center, and they're dying a terrible death.
was this true? There must be some reliable way for us to distinguish truth from fiction, or worse, lies. We all toss the word truth around with abandon. I'm just as guilty of this as the next person. But what does this enigmatic word really mean? How should we use it? When should we use it? How do we know what we believe to be true is true? I want to explore the true nature of truth, to learn what the truth really is. It seems to me that the idea of truth is worthy of this effort. Let's start our journey with the current Oxford Dictionary definition of the word truth. Truth, noun. 1. The quality or state of being true. 2. That which is true or in accordance with fact or reality. 3. A fact or belief that is accepted as true. Notice that the definition of the word truth has 3 main meanings. The first is self-referential and offers little insight into the nature of truth, so we can skip this definition. The second meaning I would put forward is the more widely held meaning of the word. The third definition is the less understood version of this mysterious idea. Notice that the second and third definitions are in contradiction to each other. The second definition aligns truth with facts and reality, and the third associates truth with popularly held cultural ideas or beliefs. Can something be true just because many people believe it to be? The concept of truth drives so many human behaviours, both good and bad, that it seems apt we form a clearer definition of this word. After all, we all want to know the truth. The definition of truth should be clear. Clarity leads to clear thinking, and we certainly could do with some clear thinking today. How about this for the definition of the word truth? Truth is a complex and always changing concept. It is not absolute, binary, nor static. Useful truths should be open to change as new evidence is found. Truth should not be based in popular belief, but rather in facts and reality. When using this definition of truth, then any truth that is claimed to be static should be suspect. If a truth is claimed to be binary, yes or no, black or white, true or false, absolute, then it is a questionable truth. Because in our new definition of truth, it should be able to change and grow. The only absolute truth is that there are no absolute truths. Can this be just a jest? Truth based on absolutes cannot change. This is the first position of systems that depend on absolute truth. If a truth cannot be challenged and cannot be changed, then it is inflexible and dogmatic. This has the effect of paralyzing thought and reason. Consider this example taken from the New Testament, Matt 16:13-17. Jesus asked his disciples, "Who do people say that the Son of Man is?" And they said, "Some say John the Baptist, and others Elijah, but still others Jeremiah or one of the prophets." He said to them, "But who do you say that I am?" And Simon Peter answered and said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God." And Jesus answered and said to him, "Blessed are you, Simon, because flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but my Father who is in heaven." That Jesus existed, was the Son of God, and transcended death is one of the most popularly held absolute truths. But what proof is offered in the text above that Jesus was the Son of God? Surely this is just a story. Yet this is one of the most popularly held absolute truths. If something cannot change, it cannot grow, adapt, or evolve. It becomes frozen. Nothing else in life is unchangeable. Everything about us and around us changes over time. Nothing is static or absolute. The most destructive dimension of systems of absolute truths is their ability to lock up or imprison human thought and reason. For example, if we hold transcendence of death as an absolute truth against all contradictory experiences, facts, and data, we find ourselves locked in a prison of unsubstantiated beliefs. Even with much evidence to the contrary, we are imprisoned in this world, unable to escape it because the unbreakable bars of absolute truth keep us constrained. Believers in absolute truth must develop closed minds. However, these seemingly unbreakable bars of absolute truth are restraints of our own creation. They are not physical constraints, only imaginary ones. We, each of us, hold the power to release ourselves from this prison of absolute truth. All we need do is reject these truths and seek truths based on chains of evidence. The great bard William Shakespeare, in his play Hamlet, famously said, "There is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so." Let us consider the following story as an example of the prison of absolute truths. Note, religious thinking is not the only thinking that can be trapped in absolutes. A man holds the absolute truth that obesity is due to people's free will choices and nothing else. This man sees all overweight and obese people as weak-willed. His unwavering position begins to encourage hatred and rudeness towards overweight and obese people. He believes it is their lack of willpower alone that has caused their situation. His absolute truth ultimately precludes him from empathy, understanding, kindness, and more importantly, rational thought towards the problems of overweight and obese people. When this man is presented with chains of evidence that show obesity is also due to environmental, genetic, corporate, and other external influences, he resists the new evidence in favor of his absolute truth. Under the spell of absolute truth, this man is firmly locked up in a private prison of dogma. His reason is paralyzed and his thinking are frozen. It seems nothing can change his mind, not even new evidence. Unwavering belief in the free will of the individual made acceptance of new information impossible to incorporate into this man's world. Surely this man is incorrect to reject new evidence. Does it not seem reasonable to reconsider his truth when new evidence is presented to him?